Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 10th of October. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, we did a bit of another reversal bar in there yesterday, and doji bar sitting there. We have got the weekly pivot still above us, not yet been hit, but certainly closer. And everything, there was a nice V bottom yesterday on the hourlies, at least 30 minutes. I've probably got now got an hourly, nice V bottom there. Question is this morning, is it going to come back, just catch the pivot, or are we going to see it run up to that weekly pivot? So it's between a bit of a rock and a hard place in terms of absolute direction here. My preference obviously would be to see the daily pivot out of the way first, but we'll see how we go. There's it might have been marginally, I'm just trying to work out if it was diverging. I don't think it actually did double top there, but if it did, it would certainly been diverging at that level, a bit of weakness at that level. So maybe if it does break down, we will see the daily pivot hit, maybe more. It has rallied quite well through that session, but as I say, these bottoms, when they happen like quite as neat as this, often go on, and we often see more of them. So we'll see how this rolls out this morning. But targets the upside if it does start post 8 o'clock running upwards. Well, obviously the weekly pivot there, the 60-minute 200. To the downside, we've got the daily pivot. So we'll look at cable. And we'll start off looking at the dailies here at the moment. Again, looking bullish. I said this yesterday that it was the sort of the more bullish of the pairings, holding on there. It's a decent old move from this. I mean, even during the Asian session, they're pitching, continuing its move up there. Again, though, daily pivots below us. We haven't got a target above us on this one as such. I mean, it's not to say it won't continue pushing up. It has got the daily pivot below, which may draw it if we see it start selling off. As certainly a target for sure. Just coming back to the 4 hourlies here. I'm just looking for sort of previous sort of levels of resistance, maybe around that weekly R1 sort of level. May get it to pitch up a bit further to last week's highs, but for now, I'd like to see that daily pivot hit first for sure. Okay, dollar yen. So dollar yen was continuing this correction at the moment, and it's yesterday ended up closing down pretty near the lows there. It's just sitting on its weekly S2 at the moment, so maybe providing a bit extra support. A break of that level, well, I'm still looking at that 4 hourly 200 as a possibility for the bigger picture. It certainly broke down a little bit yesterday afternoon, but it's just consolidating where it is at the moment. But as I said, if it does start moving down, well, today's S1 could be a target. There's the monthly pivot, which is underneath, which sorry, I come back to the dailies here, is yet to be touched, which also half decent target for that. So there's a sort of downside target. From there, I'm still erring on the more bullish side of this market, and I would watch that carefully to see if it gives us an opportunity, and if it starts pitching back up again. But we'll see how we roll on this one. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar's had a good move, he says. There we go. Continues through the weekly pivot. This morning it's broken through that, run into its daily 8 at the moment. It may still have some further upside. It's in general terms it can be quite the weaker one, but it's half decent, but run into that 4 hourly 50, which may just put the brakes on here. It has also got an hourly divergence and an untouched daily pivot, which could draw it down back towards that sort of level. So ticked off a number of the boxes yesterday into its Asian session this morning, but came just short of its 60-minute 200. Let me just get rid of that old pitchfork that was there we go, that was sitting there. or regression channel as it was. So it's yeah, it's a bit of weak sign on there at the moment, but there is a chance it may still push up towards that 6200, but an element of weakness sitting there for sure. Okay, and finally the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, a couple of weak days here we've seen in the US dollar, Canadian dollar, and well, it looks like we could see a continuation back down to that weekly pivot at some point, maybe sooner rather than later. It's broken the trend here I drew on yesterday, certainly showing signs of weakness that we could be, as I say, seeing a correction down to that towards that S1 area. Now there is an untouched daily pivot above, so anything that changes here, any signs of strength coming through for the US dollar, like most of these pairs at the moment, they've got pivots untouched below them in the case of the euro, the pound, and above it in case of the Canadian dollar here, and it may just start becoming a draw. But for now it looks like there's a bit of dollar weakness through these markets, and these markets, well, let's just see what happens. Okay, that's pretty much that. Now in terms of news today, today we've got not a lot of news. Well, we have a little bit this morning at 9:30. It's a bit peppered really, but actually at 9:30 we've got the UK GDP now, which is now a monthly number, and we've got the manufacturing production data. Now that can create some volatility on its own. The two together, well, could go in any way really, but we'll see what happens around about 9:30, so you need to be careful for that if you're trading a pound. We've also got an MPC member speaking, due to speak at the Future of Work conference. Wow, okay, I don't expect too much to come from that one then. You've got the USPPI, Producers Price Index, it's early signs of inflation effectively at 130, and the Treasury currency report sitting there. That's a tentative figure, but maybe it may come out around about that same time. A couple of speakers at 11 PM, but and 11:30, but that's about it. The key thing that's really today is the UK data, the GDP and manufacturing figures at 9:30. That's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.